I don't think there's anything that's certain in the world at the moment. There's a lot that can change, there's a lot that can happen. And I think that is in the back of your mind every time I'm going into work.
Adult trauma, ETA 5 minutes.
Got an assault coming in. He's stabbed multiple times.
5-year-old hit by a car, dragged for 3 metres, degloved the right side of their scalp. Code red.
They're now saying partial amputation with a traumatic cardiac arrest.
This is just disastrous.
Travel by cow. I can't make that up.
Oh, it's a proper day today, isn't it?
St George's, London, one of Britain's busiest A&E departments, under more pressure than ever.
What are you doing?
It does sometimes feel like a battlefield, and it feels like a losing battle at times as well.
You need to calm yourself down.
I have 10 traumas and absolutely no space.
25-year-old jump from a 3rd floor balcony.
This is the point where we can make a difference.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
A place where life,
Best place to make friends, A&E.
love, and loss
Scariest thing in my life. I thought I lost it.
unfold every single day.
A life is not just a singular thing. Things that happen to you have a huge effect on the people around you as well.
You scare me so much, you know that?
All the patients you're about to see were treated in just one 24-hour period.
I see behaviour every day that reaffirms my belief in the inherent goodness of people.
It's all a bit of a shock, isn't it?
And I think I'm incredibly fortunate to work in that environment.
It's a lot to take in. He's the love of my life.
Mark is obsessed with cycling. There's bikes everywhere. He has a winter bike, he has a summer bike. He has one particular bike that he only takes out to training camps. Every weekend he races. He likes pushing himself to do a faster time. If he does a 12-hour race, I'll have to go out with him in the car to support him. We all fit around the bike. I knew cycling is dangerous, but you never expect it to be you. You don't think about it until it happens.
Hello, St George's. Adult or paediatric? Okay, ready when you are. There's some trauma. Right. Adult med trauma call, ETA 10 minutes.
A 51-year-old man is being rushed to St George's.
Cyclist versus car.
How long?
10 minutes.
Being hit by a large vehicle with significant momentum can cause a whole spectrum of injuries. Head injuries, chest injuries, any risk of spinal damage as well.
The man's wife was waiting at home when she heard about the accident.
I was expecting him home for tea like normal, pick the kids up from school like normally do. They have a thing where they like to sit on the front doorstep waiting for Daddy to get home. And then they'll go and help him put his bike away in the garage. They'd sat there for 10, 15 minutes. I was cursing him. Told the kids he was having a cold dinner. I just presumed that he was working late. And then the motorbike policeman came and knocked on the door. My stomach dropped. Obviously, he thought the worst. It was heart-stopping.
Cyclist versus car. 51, isn't it? Yeah.
We'll just transfer across and then we'll get the handover, OK? Thank you. So if you can all listen to the handover, please.
This is Mark, he's 51. Mark's a competitive road cyclist, and approximately an hour and a half ago, Mark's in a cycle lane, travelling about 20 miles an hour, when a saloon hatchback turned right from the opposite direction into Mark's partner. Mark went into the side of the vehicle, passenger side. He's got closed right clavicle fracture and possible fourth and fifth rib fractures.
Brilliant. Was he wearing a helmet?
He was.
Yeah. Right, so we can have the scoop free at the bottom and top.
Ready, steady, release.
Brilliant.
Ready, steady, release.
OK. My name's Ahmed, and the doctor's here. What we're going to do, first of all, we're going to do a scan of essentially most of your body. Our main concern at the moment is your chest here and lower spine. Could we get a collar?
Your spine is responsible for receiving and sending the information to feel and move your body. So any injury and damage to that can have a massive, profound impact and significant risk of paralysis, sometimes death.
Couldn't imagine bringing up the kids on my own, not with that Mark. It means the world to me.
We're just going to go around for the scan, OK?
He's the glue that holds us all together.
The 51-year-old Mark has been brought to CT after his bike collided with a car.
Ready, set, slide. Lovely.
Doctors are concerned the impact may have caused life-changing injuries to his neck and spine.
Was your wife told? Does she know you're here?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we can find out. Right, we're just going to be in the next door room. We can still see you and hear you, all right? So if at any point you need us, just yell.
Thank you.
All right?
I met Mark in a bar. I went out on a 1830s holiday, like a clubbing holiday for youngsters, lots of partying.
He's 51, I think.
We went to Gran Canaria.
I've never been to Gran Canaria. What's it like?
Don't know. I could tell you what the bars look like. It was a very drunk girlies' holiday. Mainly we would just go out on pub crawls. The night before we went home, I met Mark. He was very good looking. He had a lovely smile. Just a very handsome man.
Breathe in and hold your breath.
He was very lively, life of soul of the party. A joker. He loved entertaining everybody. The girls had gone out all in tiaras, and I remember Mark wearing my tiara for most of the night. We swapped numbers, and when we got back to the UK, I had a text message from him.
Okay, to start an injection now.
After about 2 years, I moved in with him. Getting to know him, I found out he's a big love of cycling. He doesn't love cycling. He's obsessed with it. We basically lived in a bedroom. We had a sofa, a bed, and bikes. It would be nothing new to find a wheel in the lounge, or you fall over the pump coming down the stairs. Mark asked me to marry him after he'd finished riding a 12-hour ride. I was on the floor taking his socks off for him, and he said, "So I suppose we best get married then." No ring, no romance. Just while I was taking his socks off.
Ready, set, slide. Lovely.
A year later, we got married. It was definitely a forever thing. Yeah, he was the one.
Right then, Mark, just your phone's ringing. Do you want me to grab it?
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello?
Hello. Are you on your way?
Yeah, we're on the way. How are you doing? What's happening? Tell me.
I hit the car.
Yeah, right.
Should we take this off for a minute?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, sorry.
That's
there we
right.
go.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Baby, we're on our way. We're just fighting the traffic. Okay? Just relax, okay? I'm on my way. Bye.
Give a kiss for me, did you?
I did, yeah. Bye, bye.
Thank you for that.
Oh, no worries. I'm sure she'd been relieved to speak to you. Just put this back over, just for now.
Do you know what was for lunch? Do you know what it was today?
Something horrible. Barbecue chicken and mushroom spaghetti.
Don't you like that?
When I tried it last time, I spat it out.
No, you didn't miss it on a Friday when it was fish and chips or...
I don't like fish and chips.
Oh, pizza or whatever you have, lentil burgers.
There is no lentil burger anymore.
What do they do instead?
Mushroom burger.
They're big on their mushrooms, aren't they?
Cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots. Everybody dance now.
10-year-old Aiden has come to A&E with his mum Angel and her fiancée Lorraine after he fell off the monkey bars at school.
We can do that with that too.
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
Do you know what, Aiden? It's probably bruising. Let's play catch. Into my hands.
Aiden, he's a very sweet boy. He's funny, he's witty.
Oh, not bad.
He's a bit of a show-off. He's a little star. I mean, I can't see him not doing well in life. Ready? He's incredibly inquisitive and nosy.
You are officially a Virgin Atlantic security tag.
What's a virgin?
Somebody who's never done something before.
Ah, good answer.
He wants to know everything, wants to know all your business, asks 100 million questions.
Are you a virgin?
At parachuting.
Are you a virgin?
At parachuting. As much as he's good, he can also be quite testing.
You're not a virgin.
I see a lot of myself in him at that age. You know, he can be quite argumentative. Don't hit him.
Ow!
He's very strong-willed, wants to do what he wants to do, and he won't listen to anybody else.
You lot are going to bed as soon as we get home. I know that much.
Even after KFC?
Yeah.
When I was young, I think I looked at the world in a negative way, and I wasn't in a good place mentally, and Aiden kind of brought me out of that space.
Yeah, Hello, St. George's. Okay. Medical or trauma? Six. Oh, yeah.
A man is being rushed to St George's after falling 10 feet from his balcony onto concrete.
Adult male trauma call ETA 7 minutes.
When somebody's had a fall, the immediate concern is ability to protect their airway, because the first thing that's going to kill you is you're not being able to breathe. You need a trauma bed, this guy. And that follows on to looking at their heart and their lungs. My main priority is to make sure we don't miss anything life-threatening.
The man's wife was at home when she heard him fall.
I decided that it would be a good day to repot the olive tree. We've got everything in position, and the doorbell rang. So I said to Dibs, "Oh, I'm just going back in to answer the door." I heard this crash and this cry. I knew something terrible had happened. He'd fallen all the way down to the concrete floor. It was so scary because I felt really helpless.
Everyone ready? Yeah. Ready, brace, left.
10 feet off some decking and fallen back onto some steps. He's landed on his right-hand side. Now I always complain of right-sided chest pain, back pain. We query a right-sided shoulder dislocation. Left side of his chest sounds nice and clear. Right side, there is air entry, things possibly reduced. And every time he breathes, it's hurting quite a lot. So some sort of pneumothorax is no sign of tension or anything like that, okay?
Just going to slide this underneath you, okay?
Okay. Ready, brace, slide.
Ian, I'm Anshul, one of the orthopedic doctors. Do you know where you are?
What?
Any pain as I press across your chest? Sorry. Tenderness right lower chest wall. Take a deep breath in for me. There's reduced air entry on the right.
I don't think you realise how close you are to losing somebody until an accident like this happens.
Should we just go to CT?
Mr. Ahmed, one of the A&E consultants. So he's a RTC. He was cycling about 20 miles an hour, hit a car front on, landed on the right side of his chest.
Doctors now have the preliminary results of Mark's CT scan.
Thank you, my friend. Cheers, bye. I'll just talk to Mark. Hello there.
Hello.
So we've had a look at your CT scan. You've unfortunately broken quite a few ribs on the right side.
Really?
Yeah, and you've punctured your lung.
Is that the only thing, or?
We suspect you may have a break right in your lower spine. What we're worried about with spinal injuries is any damage to the spinal cord.
Yeah.
And that's responsible for feeling and moving everything.
Yeah.
With spinal injuries of the extreme, there's a potential that patient may be confined to a wheelchair for the rest of their life.
So what I'm going to do is just take this collar off first of all. Bet that feels good. I'm going to go and speak to my colleagues about the injuries to your spine, and then I'll come back and have a chat with you, OK? All right?
Thank you very much.
No worries, man.
Mark's wife and brother have arrived from their home in Surrey.
It's broken at the back. Can't move.
We're here. We're here. Just please relax, okay?
Can't move.
I know.
The whole family live and breathe for their cycling. His nan, his dad, and himself all are pretty obsessed. He likes pushing himself.
It was quite a hard hit. Just couldn't get off the floor.
Myself and his mum are cycle widows. We lose them to the bikes quite often.
From as young as I can remember, I always remember my dad racing. My nan's always raced. It's in my blood, yeah. My nan won lots of medals. She used to have these two big shields on the wall. There was loads of them. My nan was quite stubborn and her cycling came first, really. And I think my granddad gave up a lot of his riding to support her. She's very inspirational. Whenever I went to a bike event, they'd say, "How's Ethel? How's your nan?" And it didn't matter where I went in the country, they'd always ask how my nan was. There wasn't that much women cycling out there, and she was very much a driving force in changing people's views and minds. And she rode her bike until she couldn't. She'd still be racing a 100-mile race at 70 years old, you know. But she couldn't have done it without my granddad. He was the supportive one, like Karen is for me. Without Karen, I definitely wouldn't be doing what I've done. She puts up with a lot. When I used to do my 12-hour bike races, she'd follow me around in a car for 12 hours, making me sandwiches on a tray in the back seat, then changing me after an event where I'm so tired I've had to lie on the back of the car and she's actually washed me down, and I don't think there gets much more dedication than that, really.
You stop riding your bike now?
Sometimes I think the cycling took over a bit too much, probably. I felt a bit guilty because she always wanted a family, and I kept putting it off. But I can't change that. All I can do is make up for it now.
Sorry.
"60-year-old Dibs is in A&E after falling onto his back at home.
Unslide, ready, steady, unslide.
He needs a CT scan to reveal the extent of the injuries to his ribs and spine. His wife Di travelled with him in the ambulance.
I was working out in Greece on the island of Kos, small fishing village, beautiful, and I was a travel rep. It was a fun job to have in the early 80s. It was the very end of the season, and 6 great young people had come on holiday for the final week in October, including Dibs. They were all very social. They'd asked me out to eat. I was their rep. I sort of eyed him up a little bit while I was there, but I had a Greek boyfriend at the time. One of the party kept in touch with me. And about 2 or 3 years later, he asked me to a barbecue. And when I arrived, I spotted Dibs straight away. I don't think he recognised me, actually, but I never, ever forget a face. He had quite a cool haircut, actually. Sort of long at the back and sort of up at the front. He was good fun, good looking, had a good sense of humour, and we just hit it off.
He's got a surgical intercede.
They're comfortable, but you think that can just sit there, yeah?
At the time, my mother was very poorly. She had Alzheimer's. It was awful. I was totally responsible for her to do everything. It was a very difficult time that you think you're never really going to get through it. Dibs cared for me while I had to care for my mum. There are times you actually appreciate somebody who is just very quietly being your rock.
Okay, all done.
I've been lucky to have him.
What time does the hospital close?
It doesn't. 24 hours.
10-year-old Aiden is waiting to be seen after hurting his foot at school.
Hello, young man.
Hello.
I'm Sarah. I'm one of the doctors. What is going on? What happened?
Fell off the monkey bars.
Fell off the monkey bars?
Yeah.
OK. Let's have a good look at you, eh?
My back still hurts.
And this still hurts, and that still hurts. Just look over there for me. Say ah.
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 OK. Now, can you bend your knees?
I was 15 and I had met this guy. We sort of decided to take our relationship to the next level. And that was the very first time I'd ever had sex. And I ended up becoming pregnant.
Has he walked?
He's sort of staggered a little bit. He feels like he needs support. I think I was quite happy initially. You know, to be pregnant is a wonderful feeling. But I think the reaction of everybody else made it feel quite negative.
So where's it sore? There?
Yeah.
The baby would be 25 now. That's ridiculous to think about that.
Do you think you can stand up? Don't jump.
I remember waking up in the hospital bed, grabbing my stomach. You know, is it still there? Am I still pregnant? And just that horrible feeling of this thing's been taken away from me.
Where's it sore?
On the back of my heel where I whacked it as well.
You know, I felt quite numb for a number of years. And just trying to find my way back into society and into life, because at 15, 16, you're still a kid, really.
OK, all right. Well, let's do an X-ray.
After the termination, Aiden coming into my life just felt so amazing, because I never really knew if I could still have children after that.
Let's see if we can get your wheelchair. Hold on.
Wheelchair?
Wheelchair. Right, young man, get thee in this chair.
What would I do without you, mate? You're still here, that's the important thing.
Specialist doctors are examining the scans of Mark's spinal fracture to decide the next steps of his treatment.
So the neurosurgeons, the surgical specialists who look at spinal injuries, they've said that this is a stable injury, so we don't need to do an operation for it. Do you mind if I sit you up?
That's fine.
You've been laying flat for a long time. Yeah, so you're going to feel a little bit dizzy and lightheaded, so we're going to do it very slowly. There you go.
Thank you.
All right.
It's not very comfortable at the moment.
Rib fractures are notoriously incredibly painful, and that's why we're going to be giving you regular pain relief.
I feel it right away from here, all the way through.
Got a nasty fracture of your scapula, the shoulder.
Yeah. Sorry.
Don't say sorry. Had a long day, haven't you? Yeah. Okay. This will take all the weight for you, okay?
I do regret not trying for the family earlier. You don't think there's anything wrong, or you just think, oh, I'll just have kids. But it's not as simple as that.
Do you mind just lifting your head up a little bit?
I kept saying to Karen, like, wait until I was 40, because that's supposed to be a prime age for cycling, you see. Once you start getting past 40, you're supposed to slow down a bit. So I kept saying, wait till I'm 40 and then we'll try for a family. And then when I did hit 40, it's not as simple as what you think.
Okay.
It can be quite hard to have children, and that was the case with us.
Just let the weight go. That's it.
It was hard seeing all your friends having kids at the same sort of time when you were trying, and it wasn't happening for us, and it was happening for everybody else.
How long do you reckon you'll be in for?
I think we'll just take it day by day.
It's all right, I'm just trying to gauge childcare.
Sorry,
No.
I can empathise, because how many have you got?
2.
2.
We'd waited a long time for them, so when we did finally have them, it was special. Very special.
There's that one word describes having kids, relentless.
Yeah, I think that's right, yeah.
He's taken Sean to football a few times. A lady behind him actually said, oh, what a lovely little girl, is that your granddaughter? And he went, no, actually, it's my daughter.
Having a family has changed my outlook on life. It's put your children first, you come second, sometimes third. Your family's the most important thing. Taking them to Peppa Pig World and places like that, you know, everything's pink. You think, but it's when you see their faces, it's worth every penny, really. It's worth every bit of effort.
How old are they?
6 and 2.
That was a good gap, though, isn't it? 6 and 2.
Yeah.
Mine's a year and a half.
You've got the easy bit so far.
Don't say that.
No, seriously.
All right, nice to meet you, man. I'll shake this hand. Take it easy, yeah?
Thanks for all your help.
No worries, man. Look after yourselves.
Mark will be taken to an orthopaedic ward, where doctors will continue to monitor his spinal fracture. "60-year-old Dibs is in resus after falling off a balcony.
Dibs, am I able to touch you? What can I do? Nothing, just give your hand a little squeeze. Okay? I know, it's your fishing arm. Oh, Dibs.
Doctors have received the initial results of his CT scan.
I'm the consultant.
Thank you.
On CT, there's air from about here to about here.
So these are all from, as in pneumothorax?
A pneumothorax refers to a pocket of air outside the lung cavity, and that causes the lung to slowly collapse. And that has profound impacts on your major vessels in your chest, which can be life-threatening.
Okay, so you're going to put chest drain in. You've spoken to cardiothoracics or you've got
Cardiothoracics are coming.
The ultimate treatment would be to insert a tube into the chest wall where we can drain that pocket of air to treat the patient.
Okay, we're going to get ready to do it now, okay?
Dibs is just having a procedure at the moment. We don't quite know the seriousness of his injuries.
Sharp scratch coming.
In 2004, we decided we wanted to go to Thailand for Christmas. Hannah, our daughter, is very sporty and she really wanted to learn to dive. Christmas Day on the beach, we had champagne, presents, we gave the girls little stockings. It was amazing and we thought, this is where we want to be every year. The next morning, Dibs and Hannah were starting their diving course on the Boxing Day, and they went off in a truck to the main port. Me and my girlfriend Sue, we were having our breakfast and we went on the beach. And we thought, oh good, read our books and do what we like. We might have a massage later. And it went very quiet. And then the water ebbed right out, so that there was nothing for quite a long way, and it was sand carrying on. And it was the most eerie, quiet feeling. And it was coming towards you like a glittering wall. Somebody said, tsunami. I said, we've got to get off this beach. And we ran, and then we saw the water come, feet behind us. Anybody who would have got hit by that wave would not have survived. First thought was, what about Dibs and Hannah? It was just absolute sheer terror that we didn't know if our family was safe.
"60-year-old Dibs has been fitted with an emergency chest drain to prevent his lung from collapsing.
Two or 3 hours after the tsunami, I had a call from Dibs. Are you all right? How is he?
Yeah, come back through.
We were reunited and it was all a lot of tears. You're just so ecstatic that they're all right.
Okay.
You can't put that into words, really. We were alive and so many people weren't.
Hello. Hi, Manshal. We met briefly earlier on when you'd just come in.
Hello,
his wife.
I'm his wife,
Nice
yes.
to meet you. You fractured your scapula, just the bone back here. You've also fractured one of the vertebrae in your lower back. So it's a full house. And we'll get an opinion from the neurosurgeons who deal with the spine to see if that needs anything doing. I'm just going to do an assessment from head to toe, all right? Can you hold your arms up in front of you like that for me? Can you push me away? Good. Pull me towards you.
With the tsunami, we realised the fragility of life.
Hold your arm up to the side. Push it down. Good. Pop your wrist back. That's painful, is it?
That's painful in the shoulder.
You don't realise how important your health is until you're not at full speed.
Lift it up in the air. Push down. Good. Up in the air. This way. Get there. Push down.
Being exposed to people having their lives turned completely around makes you try and really make the most of things.
Straighten them out. Excellent. Push back towards your head.
In life, it's always a balance between striving to get that better job or get that material thing. But, you know, working in the emergency department makes me look at things in perspective about appreciating your family and your friends and your loved ones.
You're on the move.
Dibs will be taken to a ward where doctors will continue to monitor his injuries.
Thank you.
That's a healthy lunch, anyway.
Can I have a kiss now? Strawberries.
Aiden is awaiting the results of an X-ray of his foot.
What do you reckon, broken or not?
Not broken. Actually broken, yeah.
You're going to go for the worst?
Maybe. I'm going broken. Me and Aiden's biological father, we didn't really make it, and we've not really seen each other since Aiden was about 10 months old. It was just me and Aiden for quite a number of years. And then when I got with Asia's dad, and we had that family unit again, things didn't work out with us either. So I decided to call it a day.
You've got someone.
I can taste it.
I first met Lorraine in a salon for a job as a hairdresser, and she was an assistant there.
Can you do that with your lips?
Then we just sort of started chatting. We went for dinner, and after that, we were kind of inseparable.
Who made the first move?
She did. I won't tell you how. I have ended up in a very unconventional relationship and family unit. As a kid looking at marriage, I thought that, you know, a marriage should be a man and a woman. When I stopped trying to make it look like that, that's when I found happiness.
High five!
We've been together now for like 2.5 years. She makes me feel really, really safe and really, really loved. I suppose she's just everything I've always been looking for. Right, I look, okay, and I can't see any broken bones. All right?
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want to go home?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What did you say to doctor?
Thank you.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Let me give you a sheet about head injuries. We went to Paris. We'd booked a trip to go to the top of the Eiffel Tower. I was like, oh, there's a champagne bar. I got onto one knee and I sort of just went, oh, you know, will you marry me? She was like, oh my God, yes. And then, of course, I had to pay for the champagne, so it was like really kind of not the most romantic moment ever. This is how we end up with head injuries. Yeah. To come into a relationship where there's 2 children already there, I think she's done an amazing job. So come back if any of these happen, OK? Bad temper, yeah. I'll be straight back. She treats them like her own children. They don't see it as anything other than just what it is. Take care, guys. Bye, Aiden. All the best. And that's the great thing about kids is, you know, as long as they've got love, they don't really care.
I like to see my mum happy because it makes me happy.
You are so relieved when the doctor tells you that he's going to be okay.
I've used up over the years a few of my 9 lives, this one and the tsunami. I have to make the most of the time I've got available, and because you're never quite sure what's going to be around the corner.
It's been hard, because at first he couldn't do anything. He even needed help getting dressed. So it was like having 3 children. He got very frustrated with himself. Very frustrated. I used to drag him out just to go for a coffee, just to get him out of the house.
Karen wouldn't want me to get on a bike again. But do you stop doing something you've always done? I don't know. I was always keen on my children riding bikes and stuff, but perhaps there's safer forms of sport, and perhaps the cycling gene might end with me. I don't know.
But do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just not going to get married, have a sperm donor, and I'll be fine.
Georges, male trauma call, ETA 7 minutes.
I got a phone call saying that Danny had been in an accident.
He's fallen through a scar, approximately 20 foot.
If you have a fall from a height, that could have life-changing consequences.
I remember the paramedics was at my door. I was just in a lot of pain and I didn't really know what to do.